So, welcome. This is Green Pearl's first commercial real estate lending panel. My name is Ryan Slack. I'm the CEO of greenpearl.com. We are essentially a real estate events and networking company, as you may all be aware by the endless numbers of emails that I send out to every one of you. It's the age we live in. So, without further ado, this isn't about me. This is really about yourselves out there in terms of your interests in commercial lending. These folks here have agreed to come in front of you to basically let you know what's going on in the commercial real estate lending arena right now. And let me just quickly go down the line here. We have Lowell Dansker of Intervest Bank Shares down on the left. Then we have John Hornick, Kennedy Funding, who's also our sponsor this evening. Bob Knakal, Chairman of Massey Knakal, representing the commercial real estate brokers this evening. Sal Trifoletti from Signature Bank. Evan Williams from Centerline Capital. And Greg Winter from W Financial and Winter & Company. I'm going to have each of them introduce themselves briefly to tell you about what they do, their company, that type of thing, and then we'll take it from there. I have some questions for them. After that, we're going to open it up some Q&A. There is no microphone out there, so you'll just need to take your turn. I'll call on people. You'll speak, and I'll repeat your question before the panelists answer it. So there we go. So first, Lowell, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I understand you do what we call portfolio lending.
Okay. I assume this is live. Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. My bank is Intervest National Bank. Our headquarters is here in New York. We also have 6 offices in Clearwater, Florida, which is just outside of Tampa, St. Pete area. All we do is make real estate loans. I'm not a construction lender. I make loans on existing real estate. My favorite loans are acquisition loans. We move quickly. We do multifamily mixed use, mini storage, some hospitality, office buildings, warehouse, flex space. We do it in the New York metropolitan area. That's New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania. We also lend down in Florida extensively and in the Carolinas and Georgia. The sweet spot is between $1 million and $10 million. Our terms run from anywhere from 6 months to 15-year self-liquidating loans. We are a bank, we are a portfolio lender, and we're very active. We've remained active throughout this. I think there's been a little bit of a drought of available capital. We have capital, we have deposits, and we are making loans on a regular basis. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Lowell. John? This is John Hornick, Kennedy Funding.
Thank you. I'm Executive Vice President and General Counsel at Kennedy Funding. Kennedy's been in business for over 21 years. We are actively lending at this point. We are a real estate lender. We will look at every types of collateral from raw land to commercial income-producing properties. We lend all over the country, in Mexico, in Canada, and in the Caribbean. 2006, we lent $200 million. In 2007, we lent out $500 million. Last year, we were up around 200, and we will be near that this year. This is our type of market. This is a market where it's hard to get conventional and traditional financing. We find a way to get deals done in this market in order to bridge the gap. We're an interim bridge lender. We write our paper from 1 to 3 years. You should look to us not as an ultimate long-term solution, but to come and bridge the gap until the markets come back, until you can find more conventional and traditional financing. We have done construction loans. We continue to do them, although in this market it's more difficult to get than not. But we can handle most. There's not many deals we can't get our arms around down there, even in this market. Thank you.
Excellent. Bob, I'd just like you to introduce and just preface, we have Bob Knakal on here. He's not a lender, but I think he brings to the table an interesting perspective that commercial brokers have with regard to closing deals and with regard to financing. Bob.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. First of all, it's nice to be here. Hi, everybody. Massey Knakal was formed in 1988 by Paul Massey and myself, and we sell buildings. I put an asterisk next to that because in the early 90s, we also sold notes. We're also back in the note selling business now because there is note selling business to do. But essentially, we have 4 offices in the New York metro area. We have about 150 people. But the last few years, we've been selling between 500 and 600 buildings each year, about $2 billion worth of real estate. And we try to just stick to what we do best, which is selling properties.
And Sal Trifoletti from Signature Bank. I'm on the panel to focus on workouts primarily.
I'll tell you a little bit about Signature for those who don't know us. The bank was founded in 2001 and has grown tremendously in the last 8 years. We're now over $7 billion in assets. The model is pretty simple. We don't have retail branches. You're not going to walk into one of our locations and open an account or apply for a home mortgage. It's not what we do. We base everything on relationship lending and relationship banking. So we hire people who have relationships for a long period of time and on a very deep basis, and they bring those relationships with them to Signature, and the growth rate has been phenomenal. I'm responsible for the special assets part of the bank. That's a euphemism for workout or problem loans, distressed assets. There are always situations where borrowers cannot or will not, choose not to pay their loans or for whatever reason, and those situations come to me for resolution. And what we do is we follow the same pattern as we do on the relationship side. We try to work things out with our borrowers. We do not immediately go to litigation, and we do not immediately go to the beat 'em up model of workout. We try to do the best we can. And Signature is a fabulous place to work, and it's a really, really good bank.
Now I'd like to introduce Evan Williams. Evan Williams with Centerline Capital. He's on the panel today to really discuss government money. Obviously, there's a lot of it flowing out there today, and I think Evan's an expert in that.
Ryan, first of all, thanks for having me. This is great. And as Ryan mentioned, I work Centerline Capital, headquartered here in New York. We've been doing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac lending for about 15 years now. Typical deal is it's all multifamily. It's all based on stabilized in-place cash flow. All the deals are non-recourse, and the typical model is there's more due diligence since it's based purely on the asset. But at the same time, it tends to be higher leverage and lower interest rates, so a bit more process for a higher leverage loan. And lastly, I should mention we do FHA, which truly is government financing versus the GSEs, which are now in conservatorship, which we've seen come back as the credit markets are frozen, that people are looking for FHA financing on refis and their 221D4 program for new construction.
Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to introduce Greg Winter. Greg wears a number of hats. I'll let him tell you more about that.
Hi, Ryan, thanks for inviting me, and hello, everybody. W Financial is a bridge lending fund. We focus primarily on the New York metro area. We have done deals in other parts of the country. I know Kennedy does a lot of land lending, so call those guys for the land. But we focus on properties that are either finished or very close to being finished. We've done quite a few fractured condo deals. We recently did a retail condominium here in the city. If you look at our website, you'll see our material on the way out. You'll see many, many examples of current deals that we're involved in. We are capable of closing a deal very, very quickly, which can be handy in this market when people are trying to make deals and banks may be taking a little bit longer to get their money in place. We can help somebody secure the deal and tee it up for the bank to be able to refinance it. Our typical loan terms are